file 28 Feb 23 అని ఉంది అదేనా సార్?
Yes.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
You know how to renew SaaS software, right? With the STD file. Did you try that one?
No sir. Can you explain sir once?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
You know, you can see my screen, right, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Everybody can see. So
Yes, sir.
on left side here in the start button, you should click on, you should give a keyword called renew SaaS software. Okay. Now it will show you that renew SaaS software 9.4 app like this one. Can you see this one? Everybody?
Sir.
Now click on this renew SaaS software 9.4 app. Now in a minute, it will ask you, you want to make changes? Yes, you should click on the allow. Yes. Now it will show in a minute, like, select a language in which to view the SaaS development manager. English, okay. And then it will open the SaaS development manager 9.4. In some softwares, it may not open directly. It will open the next window. 1 second. Now, it will show like this one, apply SaaS Foundation license file for renewal. Click on next. Next, it will ask you, browse the SID file where you have saved. Okay. Now you should click on browse button. And it will ask you the location where you have saved this one. And I saved this on my desktop. Click on the desktop. On my desktop, I have a SaaS folder. In the SaaS folder, this is the file that I have. Okay. Now, select that one, click on open. Now click on the next button. Now click on the start button. Now apply SaaS Foundation license for renewal, and I click on the next button again. Now can you see? And it has finished the set procedure. Click on the finish button. Now it is ready. If you click on the SaaS software, now that will be get opened with the current license. Now you should run proc set init semicolon run and check execute the program. Now in the log window, it will write all the licensing information. Can you see when this is going to get ended? It is going to get end 28th February 2023, but we have a 30 days warning period. With that warning period, it is going to end on 30th of March 2023. So up to 30th March 2023, we can work with the current date. This is how we should renew your SaaS software. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir, how did you get that SaaS manager ID?
SaaS, SID file.
Yes, sir.
It is from the Google only. Somebody in this class only downloaded. I think Ajay Kumar or someone. So from the Google only we got it.
No, sir, like now initial step, sir. I missed that initial step. What
Go
need
to start button. Go to start button, click on the renew SaaS software.
oh,
Okay.
Hi, sir. Good evening. One small doubt, sir.
Yes.
సార్ ఐఎన్టీకే ఫంక్షన్లో మనం టైం అది తీసుకుంటాం కదా సార్ అక్కడ
INTC.
స్టార్ట్ టైము సార్ స్టార్ట్ ఇన్ టైంలో సార్ స్టార్ట్ టైం 6 o'clock మెన్షన్ చేస్తాం సార్ అండ్ కరెంట్ టైం అనేది ప్రజెంట్ టైం వస్తుంది సో స్టార్ట్ టైం అక్కడ మనం ఏఎం కానీ పిఎం కానీ మెన్షన్ చేయము కదా సార్ అంటే డైరెక్ట్గా మార్నింగ్ 6 o'clock తీసుకుంటుంది కదా సార్ డైరెక్ట్గా
I told you, in SaaS, the time is in 24-hour format.
స్టార్ట్ టైం ఏది మెన్షన్ చేస్తే అది ఏఎం నుంచి స్టార్ట్
So,
అవుతుంది
if you specify like this one, start time ST is equal to 06 colon symbol 00 colon symbol 00 T, that means it is morning 6 o'clock.
ఓకే సార్
So if you want to mention evening 6 o'clock, what you should do? What you should do? You should write 18. Because in SaaS, the time is in 24-hour format.
ఓకే సార్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్ వన్ మోర్ డౌట్ సార్ సార్ ఇఫ్
Yes.
10 అబ్జర్వేషన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు మనకు పర్టికులర్గా ఒక 6th అబ్జర్వేషన్ ఒక్కటే డిలీట్ చేయాలంటే ఎలా సార్
Anybody? Anybody can I help him? He wants to delete only 6th observation. Anybody?
6th అబ్జర్వేషన్ రిమూవ్ చేయాలి సార్
Clear?
Not equal to
Okay,
roots.
What?
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్
Somebody said not equal to. What do you want to write with the not equal to? How to write the condition? Okay. These are my two data sets. I want to combine these two data sets. How to combine these two data sets? What is our approach?
Interleave. చేసి ఉండినా
Somebody muted me. How to combine these two data sets?
Merge by state by using by state. Merge.
Why should I merge? Why should I merge?
Interleaving.
How to interleave?
Set statement along with by statement, sir.
Set statement along with the by statement, but I want to concatenate. Tell me how to write the program for concatenation. How to do concatenation?
Only set statements.
Why should I go with the concatenation or interleave? Why not merge?
We have
Why
seen
should I go
that.
with the concatenation?
Adding horizontally.
Why should I go with horizontal?
In merge, if we are adding, that becoming horizontally, sir. That's
Then why
why we
not?
are using concatenation.
Why not merge? Very good. Since both the set contain same variables, so what will happen if I do merge?
Side by side.
What will happen if both set contain same variables?
Or second data set values overwrite by first data set value.
Why it will override?
Both are same values.
Second data set values follows the first data set order.
If both data set contain same variables, so generally we will go with the vertical joins. If both data set contains different variables, generally we will go with the horizontal joins. In the vertical joins, we have two methods, concatenation and interleaving. Now I want to concatenate two data sets, DS1 and DS2. If you want to concatenate, this is the program that you will write. Data, new data set name, set, original data sets, semicolon run. Now how we can define concatenation? How we can define concatenation? I told you
Combining two or
concatenation,
more SAS data sets into one data set, one after the
one data set, one after the other, by using a set statement is
By
called
using set statement is called concatenation.
concatenation. I don't know how many of you are practicing. I told you until you get a job, every day you have to practice one topic from combining data sets, one topic from functions. Nobody is responding in the class. Okay. And now tell me how many observations I'm going to have as a result of the concatenation. How many observations I'm going to have in the new data set? Sum of the number of observations. The
We'll
number
get
of
all
observations
observations from
is
data
equal
sets.
to sum of the number of observations from all the original data sets. So DS1 contains 10 observations and DS2 contains 4 observations. Then the new data set will have 10 plus 4 is equal to 14 observations. And this is called concatenation. And I told you one more thing. Whenever you're doing the concatenation, the second data set observations always follows the first data set observations. And I told you if both the data set contain same variables and the new data set will also have the same variables. But if both the data sets contains different variables, the new data set will have all the variables from both the data sets. But the observations which are coming from one data set will have missing value for that variable. And if both the set contain same variables but different data types, the first data set in the set statement will decide the length of that variable. And if both the set contain same variable but different data types, concatenation will not occur. If you want to do the concatenation, you have to change the data type of any one data set, any one variable, so that to make it same data type in both the data sets, then only the concatenation will occur. So this is called concatenation. Is it a concatenation data step or a proc step?
Data step.
Data step.
Data.
It is a data step. Now, what are the new data that we created in the concatenation here? DST. How many observations I'm going to have in the DS3?
14.
14 observations. In the 14 observations, the first 10 observations are coming from DS1 and the remaining 4 observations are coming from the DS2, because in the concatenation, the second data set observations follows the first data set observation. But in today's class, I want to combine the data sets, but I do not want to use data step concatenation. I want to do it in a different way. Now, to combine two data sets vertically, we can use a procedure step, proc step, and that proc step we call it as a proc append. What this proc append can do? Proc append appends observations of one data set at the end of another data set. Observations from one data set at the end of second data set observations. It appends observations of one data set at the end of the second data set observations. And this is called proc append. Now, how we can append two data sets? What are the syntax that we can write? Now we should write a proc append base is equal to data set name. Base is equal to, I want to take a DS1. Then I'm writing data is equal to the second data set, which is the DS2. Now semicolon, now write the run statement. You know what is going to happen if I execute this program? Now the data is equal to data set observations goes and appends under the base is equal to data set observation. That means the DS2 data set observations appends under the DS1 data set observations. Now see, I am taking DS1, DS2, two data sets. Now I'm writing proc append base is equal to DS1, data is equal to DS2, semicolon run, select the program and execute the program. You know what is going to happen now? Now the second data set observations, which is so data is equal to data set observation, which is a DS2 observations, will come and append under the base is equal to data set. What is the base is equal to data set here? The base is equal to is a DS1 data set. Now tell me, after executing this program, which data set I should open to check whether the appending has been done or not? Which data set I should open? DS1.
DS2.
Now I'm DS1. I'm trying to open the DS1. Actually, in the original DS1, how many observations we have? 10. In the DS2, how many observations we have? 4.
4.
Now I'm trying to open the DS1 now. Can you see how many observations we have now?
14.
14. What does it mean? That means the DS1, the DS2 observations, because I'm writing data is equal to DS2. Now the DS2 observations comes and joins under the DS1. Actually, DS1 contains 10. Now 10 plus 4 is equal to now 14 observations. And this is called proc append. That means data step concatenation and proc append both will do the same thing. But what is the difference between data step concatenation and proc append? In the data step concatenation, you can write a data new data set name, set, you can write multiple data sets. But in the proc append, you can mention only two data sets. One is base is equal to, and the second one is data is equal to. Now what will happen? Now the data is equal to data set observations comes and joins under base is equal to data set observations. That means here we cannot create a new data set. Only the data set observation comes and joins under base is equal to data set observations. Understand this one? Now, which one is better in the real time? If the data sets are small in size, we will go with the data step concatenation. But if the data sets are huge in size, very huge, big ones, larger ones, then we will go with the proc append procedure. Understand this one? చిన్న డేటా సెట్స్ అయితే కనుక బేస్ as కంకాటినేషన్ చేస్తుంటాం. అదే హ్యూజ్ డేటా సెట్స్ అనుకోండి, we will go with the proc append. Understand? But the disadvantage with proc append procedure is, unfortunately, if I select the program and execute the program one more time, what will happen? Already, now how many observations we have in the DS1?
14.
14. Now, one more time, another 4 observations comes and joins under the DS1. Now it will become 14 plus 4 is
18.
equal to 18. Now say, if I open the DS1, now can you see how many observations I have? 18. Now, if I select the program again, okay, if I execute the program, see 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. That means 3 times 4 observations comes and joins with the DS1. In the DS1 already we have 18 observations. Since I executed 3 times 4 observations comes and joins, it will become 18 plus 12, it will become 30 observations. So how many times execute this program? Those many times, every time data is equal to data set observation comes and joins under the base is equal to data set observations. Now, if you ask me, I want to have my original DS1. Now, is it possible to get the original DS1 now? No, we lost the original DS1. That's why in the real time, when you're performing that proc append, you should be very careful. It is always better to take a copy out, separately, and then use the proc append. And once you think the proc append has been successfully appended, everything looks fine, then you can drop the duplicate data sets. Otherwise, it's always better to have a duplicate copy until you can understand, until you know that the appending has been done properly. Understand this one? Okay. Now, we'll see the first rule. Now here, I have 2 data sets. I want to concatenate both the data sets. So I want to append both the data sets. I'm deleting my old data sets DS1 and DS2. Now here I have 2 data sets DS1 and DS2. If you carefully observe, in the DS1, I have patient ID, drug name, sex and visit date. In the second data set, I have patient ID, drug name and visit date. What it is? In the DS1, we have one extra variable, sex, which is not present in the DS2. So now I want to append both the data sets. What is the procedure you should write for proc append? Proc append base is equal to DS1, data is equal to DS2, semicolon. What is the situation here? What is the scenario? In the base is equal data set, we have one extra variable. That variable is not present in the DS2. What is that variable?
Sex variable.
Sex variable. Now I'm trying to append both the data sets. Now tell me, after executing this program, which data set I should open to check whether the appending has been done or not?
DS1.
DS1. Now I'm trying to open the DS1. Now can you see how many observations we have?
14.
14. That means, we have 10 plus 4, 14. But the observations which are coming from the DS2, having a missing value for sex variable. You know why? Because sex is not present sex is not present in the data is equal to DS2. But I want to know what exactly happened. Now I will go to log window. In the log window, I have a warning. Can you say what is the warning that we have? Variable sex was not found on data file. Ante data is equal to a data set rasandi manu DS2. In the DS2, we do not have the sex variable. So that means when you're writing a proc append procedure, if base is equal data set contains a variable which is not present in the data is equal data set, is it appending has been done or not? Appending జరుగుతుందండి. Appending has been done, but you will get a warning in the log window saying that that so and so variable is not present in the data file. But appending will be done. Understand this one? Now, I'm refreshing DS1 and DS2 again. Now this time I'm writing my program like this one. You know what I'm doing? I'm writing proc append base is equal to DS2, data is equal to DS1, semicolon run. What is the situation here?
We will not get any warnings.
In the base is equal to data set, we have only 3 variables, but in the data is equal to DS1 data set contains one extra variable. What is that variable that we have? Sex variable, right? So base లో నేమో sex అనే వేరియబుల్ లేదండి, డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డేటా సెట్ లో మాత్రం ఆ వేరియబుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉంది. So that means in the base is equal to data set, we have one variable lesser than data is equal to data set. Okay, now I'm selecting this program, I'm executing this program. Which data set I should open to check whether the appending has been done or not? Which data set I should check? DS2. Now I'm trying to open the DS2. Can you see how many observations we have?
4 observations.
We have only 4 observations. That means appending has been done or not?
Not done, sir. Not done.
Not done. I want to check why it is hasn't been done. I'll go to log window. Now this is the thing that we have. We have warning and error. Can you say what is the warning I'm having? Can you see? Variable sex was not found on base file. The variable will not be added to the base file. No appending has been done of anomalies listed above. Use force option to అంటే చూడండి ఏం జరిగిందో, బేస్ లో రాసిన డేటా సెట్ ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా సెట్ లేకపోతే కనుక అపెండింగ్ జరిగిపోయిందండి. బట్ యూ గట్ వార్నింగ్. బట్ బేస్ లో రాసిన డేటా సెట్ కనుక ఒక వేరియబుల్ తక్కువ ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా సెట్ కనుక ఆ వేరియబుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉందనుకోండి, బై డిఫాల్ట్ appending will not be done. But if you want to append, you know what we should write? Now we should write an option called force. You know what will happen if I write a force option? If you write a force option, now the appending will done forcefully. Now which data set I should open? I check to whether the appending has been done or not. DS2. Yes, I'm trying to open the DS2 data set. Can you see how we have the data? Now, do we have the sex variable?
No, sir.
No. So since the sex is not present in the base is equal data set, that variable will not be get omitted. Only the remaining variables will be get appended. Since I have applied the force option, all the remaining variables will be get appended, but that variable will not be get appended. Understand this one? ఒకసారి 2 scenarios ఏం జరిగిందో చెప్పండి. బేస్ లో కనుక ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఎక్కువ ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా సెట్ వేరియబుల్ తక్కువ ఉందని కానీ అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుందా జరగదా? జరిగిపోతుంది, బట్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఎ వార్నింగ్. బట్ బేస్ లో కనుక ఒక వేరియబుల్ తక్కువ ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా సెట్ వేరియబుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రా ఉంటే then if you want to do appending, what we should do?
Force option.
Force option. మరి ఫోర్స్ ఆప్షన్ యూస్ చేస్తే ఏమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు?
Appending
జరుగుతుంది, but that variable will be get dropped because since that variable is not present in the base data set, that variable will completely get dropped. Understand this one? Both the scenarios?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have 2 more data sets. Here I have a two data sets. I will execute DS1, DS2 again. Now, in the DS1, I have patient ID, drug name, sex and visit date. In the DS2, I have patient ID, drug name, sex and visit date. Both the data set contain same variables. But in the DS1, the drug name length is 10. And in the DS2, the drug name length is 8. So that means both the data set contains the same variables, but different lengths. Now I want to concatenate. I want to append. Now I'm writing proc append. Base is equal to DS1. Data is equal to DS2, semicolon run. Now tell me what is the scenario here? Base data set and data set contain same variable, but in the base data set, the variable length is 10. But in the data set, the variable length is 8. And the base law variable MO longer than the data is equal to that variable. Now I'm trying to append both the data sets. Now I'm executing this program. Which data set I should open to check whether the appending has been done or not?
DS1.
DS1.
DS1. Now, see, I'm checking the DS1. How many observations we have?
14 observations.
That means appending has been done or not?
Yes, sir.
It is done. Now I want to check. Now this is the warning I'm having. Can you say what is the warning that we have?
Variable drug name has different lengths on base
Different
and
lengths
data.
on base and data file. On base we have 10. In the data file we have 8. Appending has been done, but you will get a warning. Now, again I'm refreshing DS1 and DS2. Refreshing DS1 and DS2, but this time I'm writing a program like this one. What I'm doing now, I'm writing proc append. Base is equal to DS2. Data is equal to DS1. What is the scenario here? What is the scenario?
DS1
DS2.
DS1 with DS1.
So you write it. So you wrote DS1.
Yeah, I'm writing here DS2. What will happen now?
Only DS2 dataset should be.
Now I'm selecting the program and executing the program.
Observations.
Now which data I should check whether the appending has been done or not? DS2. I'm trying to open the DS2. Can you see how many observations we have? We have only 4. That means appending hasn't been done. Now I want to check what exactly happened. Now I'll go to the log window. This is the warning and error that I have. Variable drug underscore name has different lengths on base and data file. On base file, the length is 8. On the data file, ante base lo ఎక్కువ length undi data lo తక్కువ length ఉంది అనుకోండి, నాట్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లం. అపెండింగ్ జరిగిపోతుంది. కానీ బేస్ లో లెంత్ తక్కువ ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా లో కనుక లెంత్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది అనుకోండి, బై డిఫాల్ట్ అపెండింగ్ విల్ నాట్ బి డన్. But if you want to append, what I should do? Use the force option. Now I'll go back to the program. I am writing a force option. Now, after writing the force option, I'm executing the program. Now I should open the DS2. Yes, I'm opening the DS2. Now I have a 14 observations. Now if I open the drug name, can you see what is the length of the variable? The length of the variable is 8 only. So that means base lo ganaka length ఎక్కువ ఉండి డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా కనుక లెంత్ ఎక్కువ ఉందనుకోండి, అపెండింగ్ జరిగిపోతుంది. కానీ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఎ వార్నింగ్. బట్ బేస్ డేటా సెట్ లో కనుక వేరియబుల్ లెంత్ తక్కువ ఉండి అదే వేరియబుల్ లెంత్ కనుక డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ డేటా సెట్ కనుక ఎక్కువ ఉందనుకోండి, బై డిఫాల్ట్ గా లెంత్ అపెండింగ్ జరగదు. అపెండింగ్ జరగంటే కనుక ఏం చేయాలి మనం ఇప్పుడు?
Force option.
You should use force option. Clear, everybody?
Yes, sir.
Now here, I have a different situation. Now I'm having a two data sets, DS1 and DS2. DS1 and DS2. I want to append both the data sets. Now I'm writing a program like this one. DS1 and DS2. Okay. Now, in the DS1, I have a patient ID, drug name, sex, and visit date. In the second data set, also have a patient ID, drug name, sex, and visit date. But in the DS1, the patient ID is a character variable. In the second data set, the patient ID is a numerical variable. I want to append both the data sets. Tell me what is the procedure program you should write for the proc append? Proc
append base is equal
append base is equal to the first data set and the data is equal to the second data set. Now tell me, ఇక్కడ scenario ఎలా ఉందండి?
data types is different.
బేస్ రాసిన డేటా సెట్ లోను డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు సేమ్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఉన్నాయి, కానీ బేస్ లో రాసిన DS1 లో పేషెంట్ ఐడి క్యారెక్టరు, DS2 లో న్యూమరికల్. అంటే ఒక చోట ఏమో క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా ఉంది, ఇంకో చోట న్యూమరికల్ డేటా ఉంది. Now I'm selecting this program, executing this program. Which data set I should open to check whether the appending has been done or not?
DS1.
I'm trying to open the DS1. Do we have the appending has been done? No. No, I want to check what exactly happened. Now I'll go to log window. And you see, variable P underscore ID not appended because of type mismatch. Type mismatch అయిందంట. పోనీ ఎలా రాస్తాను చూడండి. ఈసారి ఏం చేస్తానంటే proc append base is equal to DS2, data is equal to DS1. ఇప్పుడు కూడా సేమ్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అండి. DS2 లోనేమో న్యూమరికల్ గా ఉంది, DS1 ఎలా ఉందండి? పేషెంట్ ఐడి క్యారెక్టర్. జస్ట్ ఉల్టా ఇక్కడేమో క్యారెక్టర్ న్యూమరికల్, ఇక్కడ న్యూమరికల్ క్యారెక్టర్. బట్ ఏది ఏమైనా ఇలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేసినా కానీ I should open the DS2 to check. No, we have only 4 observations. Now also you get the same warning and same error. మరి ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి అపెండింగ్ జరగాలంటే? ఫోర్స్ ఆప్షన్ యూజ్ చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ కనుక ఫోర్స్ ఆప్షన్ యూజ్ చేశాను అనుకోండి, ఏమవుతుందో తెలుసా? ఇప్పుడు ఫోర్స్ఫుల్ గా అపెండ్ అవ్వాలండి. So now I'm selecting this program, executing the program. Which direction I should check whether the appending has been done or not?
DS1.
చూడండి, అపెండింగ్ జరిగిందా?
No, sir.
No. ఎన్ని అబ్జర్వేషన్ చూడండి.
14 observations.
Yes.
So that means appending has been done. But what happened to the patient ID?
Missing values.
All the other variables has been appended, but only the patient ID values which are coming from the DS2 will not be get appended because DS1 లో patient ID క్యారెక్టర్ ఉంది, ఇప్పుడు న్యూమరికల్ వాల్యూస్ రావాలి. సో డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్ ఉండటం వల్ల ఇట్ కెనాట్ రీడ్ ద డేటా. మిగిలిన వేరియబుల్స్ లోపలికి డేటా వచ్చేస్తుంది, కానీ ఫోర్స్ఫుల్ గా చేయడం వల్ల పేషెంట్ ఐడిలోకి మాత్రం డేటా రాదండి. అండర్స్టాండ్ దిస్ వన్? నౌ మరి ఇప్పుడు మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి DS1 and DS2 నేను రిఫ్రెష్ చేస్తున్నాను. ఐఎమ్ రిఫ్రెషింగ్ బోత్ DS1 and DS2. బట్ దిస్ టైమ్ టెల్ మీ ఇఫ్ ఐ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ దిస్ ప్రోగ్రామ్, విల్ ద అపెండింగ్ విల్ డన్? No appending will be done. Now I'm writing the force option. Tell me what will happen now. Which direction I should check and how the data is going to be, how the observations are going to be.
DS2.
So we'll get 4 plus 10 observations, but the data ఎలా ఉంటుందండి?
Missing values.
డేటా ఎలా ఉంటుంది ఇప్పుడు? So we'll get 14 observations, but already DS2 లో patient ID character and numerical. న్యూమరికల్. మరి ఇక్కడ న్యూమరికల్ డేటా ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు DS1 దగ్గర నుంచి వచ్చేటువంటి పేషెంట్ ఐడి క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా రావాలి. కెన్ వి హ్యావ్ ఏ క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా ఇన్ న్యూమరికల్ వేరియబుల్? So in the next 10 observations, you will have a patient ID missing value, but you will get, now I'm executing the proc append now forcibly. Now if I execute the program, yes, we are going to have 14 observations, but can you see the observations which are coming from the DS1 will have missing value for patient ID because already here we have patient ID numerical. అదే DS1 నుంచి రావాలనుకోండి ఇప్పుడు క్యారెక్టర్ రావాలి, but it is not possible to have a character data in a numerical variable, so you will have a missing value. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. మరి ఇప్పుడు అపెండింగ్ చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? నార్మల్ గా అపెండింగ్ జరగాలంటే we should change the data type of any one data set so that to make it same data type, then only the appending will be done. Understand this one? You know how to change the data type?
Input or put function.
By using input function, you can convert the character variable into numerical variable. By using put function, either you can convert a numerical into character. By using any one of these functions, we should convert any one variable data to make it same data type in both the data sets. Then only we can do proc append. Understand this one? Is this clear, everybody?
Sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Now, I want to append two data sets. Now I'm writing proc append base is equal to DS1, data is equal to DS2 semicolon run. Now tell me what will happen. What is the problem here? I'm writing proc append base is equal to DS1, data is equal to, but do we have a DS1 data set in the work library now?
No, sir. No, sir.
So in the base is equal to, I'm writing a data set name which is not available at all. Now in this scenario, if I execute the proc append, then what will happen? You know what will happen? Now it will create a new data set called DS1. In the DS1, you're going to have only DS2 data because the data is equal to DS2 data will come and join in the base is equal to, but base is equal to as a data set ledu kabatti, now it will create a new data set. How many observations it is going to have now?
4 observations.
4 observations. In the DS1 also, we are going to have only 4 observations. Understand this one?
Yes, sir.
And this is called proc append. Clear, everybody? Sir, చెప్పండి. What is the syntax for proc append and why we use the proc append procedure? If we want to append the second data set observations under the first data set observations, we use the proc append procedure. Generally, when we use the proc append procedure, we use the proc append procedure when you are 100% confident that both the data set contains same variables, same data types, and same attributes. Everything should be 100% same. Now, what is the general syntax of proc append? Now you should write proc append. Then what we should write now? Base is equal to data set, and then you should write data is equal to data set, and then semicolon run. Now tell me what is going to happen if I execute this program. If I execute this program, data is equal to data set observations goes and appends under the base is equal to data set observations. But the problem with this procedure is if you execute the same program for the second time, what will happen? One more time, data is equal to data set observation goes and appends under the base equal data set. How many times you execute those many times, the observations will go and join under the base is equal to data set observation. That is one of the major drawbacks of proc append. If you unfortunately accidentally execute for the second time, you will lose the originality of the base is equal to data set. So that's why whenever you are using the proc append, it's always better to have a copy of data sets so that you will have a original data sets with you. And we have seen the first scenario. What is the first scenario that we have? If we have seen base data set contains extra variable. ఏమవుతుంది extra variable ఉంటే బేస్ డేటా సెట్ కనుక extra variable ఉంటే కనుక concatenation appending జరుగుతుందా జరగదా? జరిగిపోతుంది కానీ you will get a warning. సెకండ్ సినారియో ఏం చూసామండి? ఇప్పుడు డేటా ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు డేటా సెట్ కంటైన్స్ ఎక్స్ట్రా వేరియబుల్. అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుందా? మరి అపెండింగ్ జరగాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి?
Force.
Force option. Yeah.
అప్పుడు ఫోర్స్ఫుల్ గా అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుంది కానీ దాట్ వేరియబుల్ విల్ నాట్ బి గెట్ అపెండెడ్, isn't it? Now the third scenario is a base data set where base variable length is more than data is equal to data set. అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుందా జరుగుతుందా? జరిగిపోతుంది, బట్ యుల్ గెట్ a warning.
That
మరి అదే బేస్ డేటా సెట్ కనుక షార్టర్ ఉందనుకోండి,
Append not done.
appending will not occur. But if you want to append, then what we should do? Force off. Then we have seen the fifth scenario. Fifth scenario, base లోనేమో వేరియబుల్ క్యారెక్టర్ వేరియబుల్ ఉందండి, బేస్ లోనేమో క్యారెక్టర్ వేరియబుల్ ఉంది అండ్ డేటాలో న్యూమరికల్ వేరియబుల్ ఉంది, డేటా సెట్ లో న్యూమరికల్ వేరియబుల్ ఉంది అండ్ వైస్ వెర్సా. అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుందండి?
yes.
జరగదు. అపెండింగ్ జరగదు. ఎప్పుడు అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుంది? ఫోర్స్ యూజ్ చేసి అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుంది. కానీ ఫోర్స్ యూజ్ చేసి అపెండింగ్ జరుగుతుంది కానీ ఏమవుతుందండి?
Missing idea.
Missing values.
Is equal to data set observation, we have missing value for that way. Okay, and now seventh scenario, whatever the base data set that we have written, base data set doesn't exist. అవుతుందండి ఇప్పుడు?
It will create a new data set.
It will create a new data set.
New data set.
It will create a new data set, and then whatever the data set observations that we have, that will come into base data set. Understand this one?
Yes.
And this is called Proc append. Okay? Clear?
Sir.
Okay. In tomorrow's class, we'll see another procedure. Okay? See you tomorrow.